Hey guys, Guinea Pig Guardian here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I did a poll yesterday and a lot of you responded that you'd like to see what I have in my first aid kit so far. Sorry. Still getting over that flu. And it's nasty. But here is what my first aid kit looks like so far. So, we're gonna get started. I am not quite sure where to begin, so we will begin with the most obvious, or maybe not so obvious. I don't know if you can hear them, but they definitely know what this sound is. This is the Oxbow Treats, the Natural Science Vitamin C tabs. I don't give them this very often. Typically, I purchase vegetables every 2 weeks. And if they happen to run out of, say, like bell pepper or anything like that, or I feel that they just need an extra boost of vitamin C, then they do get these as a treat. You guys know I also feed them pea flakes as their main treat, but I just gave them that. And Chip is giving me the death stare. How dare you refuse to give me vitamin C treats? Along that same line, I actually found out where I can purchase this liquid vitamin C for children. How many? What is this? How many? It's 4 fluid ounce, but I found this on Saskia's YouTube channel, her LA Guinea Pig Rescue, and for some reason I could not figure out where I could purchase specifically the exact thing that she uses, because I tend to fixate and I want to get exactly everything that she has. So I actually found this on Walmart.com, and I don't think it was that expensive. I believe it was like okay, maybe it is that expensive. I don't know. $14? I could be wrong. Anybody who actually knows the price of this from Walmart, let me know. Because I do pay for same-day delivery, and this just... I wanted this, I needed this because Saskia used it, and that's all that matters. So, I got that too. And turns out, fun fact, is that everybody but Moose likes the vitamin C. Moose hates it. He will stand back and do what I assume is like the position for hissing at it. Like he's like, oh. It's cute, but it's also terrifying to see. Let's see here. Of course, I have guinea pig hair over everything. I do have, ew, it's leaking. The ivermectin, get away from my face, focus. Ivermectin that Saskia sells on her LA Guinea Pig Rescue website, $30. And shipping, I think, is only $3. So this isn't bad. I've only used this. I don't think I've had my guinea pigs for very long. I think I've only used this 3 times so far. That's about it, because you only need to do like a pea-sized drop each guinea pig once every 3 months for preventative treatment. So twice. Just to be on the safe side, twice. But it works for, not meaning to sound like Saskia, but I love this little rhyme. Lice, mites, and internal parasites. And I swear, one of these days, I'm going to make a song out of it just for you. Because I can't help myself. Whoops. Sorry. I'm sorry. Along the same line of what Saskia tends to use, I do also have terramycin here, which is antibiotic eye drops or eye ointment, I think. And it's just good to have. Haven't had to use it, thankfully, but it's there just in case I have an itch in my eye, and because the ivermectin was somehow leaking, I'm trying not to touch myself. So at least that's good to have. You never know. Speaking of antibiotic ointment, I also do have Neosporin, which actually when I used to have pet rats, I used Neosporin on them quite often because they would scratch themselves or scratch each other. Like, as long as you put like a minimal amount, then them ingesting like the tiniest bits not gonna hurt them. And it's just there just in case. I had to use this for Riot when he had a scratch, when he used to get in a fight with Crash, when they used to live together, and I just put dabs of this on it just to help heal it. He healed quite fast. Couldn't be happier with Neosporin. Neosporin's great. I use it for everything. I used to use it for my pimples. But I digress. 36 years old, and the things that I use for beauty care, because I don't do much. Anyway, what else do we have in here? What do I have in here? Oh yeah, another thing, again, got from Saskia. I learn a lot from her and Scotty's animals. I do, I learn a lot from them. But the eye lube that she also uses, the Optics Care. Again, never had to use it. My guys don't really have eye problems, although I did come close once because Moose, just last week, almost had a hay poke. And because he's an older guinea pig and he doesn't weigh as much as he should, I actually switched over to third cutting Timothy hay because it has the higher fat content, protein content. I'm gonna double check that for you guys. But so funny thing is that first cutting Timothy hay, nobody had any hay in their eyeballs. But the moment I switched to third cutting Timothy hay so that Moose could have a little help in weight gain, and I noticed there was like a leaf sticking right out of his eye, and he's acting like there's nothing wrong with him. And luckily I was just able to get it out with my fingers. But I easily panic. So I thought, like, my guinea pig's eye is gonna die. No, I took it out. He was fine. He was upset that I even touched it in the first place. So that just goes to show he was fine. I'm just glad I spotted it before the problem could have been worse. Thankfully, I noticed it. I don't know where to start or end from here. I have so many things now. Slowly but surely, I've just been buying anything that I could. Oh! Benadryl anti-itch cream. Itch stopping cream. Extra strength. I actually didn't get this idea from Saskia or Scotty's animals. I actually got this from Sincerely Cinnabon. I love her channel. If she'd like to do a shout out for me, I wouldn't be opposed to that. And if you haven't watched her, you should. I love Sincerely Cinnabon. I love her aesthetic. I love her little Cinnabon bunny rabbit. She's adorable. Anyway, enough of that tangent. But she did do a video where she was giving advice and tips on, you know, what happens like when you spay your rabbit and whatnot. And she was doing clips of her old videos, and she did state that the only complication that she had was that Cinnabon had like irritation from the injection site on her back. So she actually shared that her vet gave her a hack and told her to just go buy Benadryl anti-itch cream and just to apply it like once a day for however long, and it healed up so quick. So of course I'll take any advice I can, and I purchased this, and I've only had to use this once, again on Riot. He had some sort of irritation, and I only put one dab of this and it was magically gone. So it doesn't hurt to know your first aid stuff. It doesn't hurt to take advice from other people. This is why I love the internet and the information age that we are in, because I can just educate myself and be efficient. Educate yourself. And let's see, what else do we have here? Of course, I'm in the middle of something. And you guys already got treats. Literally 30 minutes ago. You're fine. The syringe, of course, for the ivermectin. Because the ivermectin that Saskia uses is injectable. Although you do not inject it. You do not inject it. You just take a little pea-sized drop and just put it behind the ear and you rub it into their ear. That's it. Do not inject. Next thing that I got as an idea from Saskia, just in case, eye wash pads. Very useful in case, like, as part of their care, if they need their eyes wiped or, they're gunked up or something and you want to wash their eye, or at least wipe it and be safe about it. Like, this is specifically formulated to help with that. I haven't had to use them yet, but most of the things in my first aid kit anyway are, of course, for just in case. That's why first aid kits exist. Just in case. Just in case, like, you can't get to a vet. Just in case you need to, like, help your animal out in the process of seeing a vet, it's whatever. It's just in case. So this is nice to have. I haven't been able to use it, but I will. I didn't even open it yet. So, count my lucky stars. I have not had to use anything in here yet besides the usual ivermectin for preventative treatment and, of course, their traits. But anyway, of course, nail clippers. And of course I got them pink ones because even though I do have boys, we do not subject ourselves to standard gender roles here, okay? Like, if I want pink, and trust me, I have a lot of pink in my house, they're gonna have pink because they don't know what pink is and they don't care, but I do. So also because I have the same size clippers anyway, and Riot's hair was all over that, and just to make sure that I knew the difference before I got this tub, I want to make sure that I understood pink was for them, the plain was for me. They get the fancy stuff. The boys get the best of everything. Getting down to the last bits here. Now we're getting down to the bath stuff. So of course for Moose, like I said, I think in a previous video, that's not the ivermectin leaking, it's the coconut oil. Coconut oil! And fun fact, that's also really gross. I had a friend ask me why I also don't use this on my own body. And I had to explain to this person that Moose is a very dirty piggy. Because, he has no fur. And things will stick to his skin. And there's no way in hell, after you've all seen my video, since I freely dip my hands in here and touch his gross, dirty body with it and re-dip my hands back in here, there's no way I'm sticking this on my body, okay? Just, that's nasty. I'm not sharing my coconut oil with my guinea pig. Love you, Moose. No offense, but you're nasty. So, this is for him. And I actually love this stuff. Works well. Also, coconut oil is not just good for bathing your hairless guinea pig with. It's also good for cleaning out their ears. When you have to clean out their ears, I think every 3 months, right? Like, you should remember probably around the same time you give your guinea pigs a bath, should also clean their ears. And another tip I got from Saskia, but she uses olive oil in a little dropper. I don't have a dropper right now, but the way I do it with Moose and the others is that I just dip Q-tips into the coconut oil and let the coconut oil just drip in their ear, and I massage it in, and then I take that same Q-tip and I'll just do like around their ears and stuff. So this is really good for more than just bathing a naked guinea pig. This is good for their ears as well. And speaking of which, I do have, because I'm excessive, almost just dropped it. Anyway, Q-tips for their ears. And just in case there's like, I don't know, a wound that they have that I don't really want to touch with my bare finger with the Neosporin or the Benadryl or whatever, I can just take a Q-tip and do that and just put it on their skin. I don't know. Mainly for their ears though. And cutest thing ever, I found out Moose loves having his ears cleaned. He will close his eyes and just meditate while I'm sitting there digging into his ear. And granted, I promise you, when I'm say digging, I'm still being safe with his ears. I do not do the inner ear like Saskia suggested. You're just doing the ridges and the folds outside of the ear, getting all the dirt out and whatever. But I mean, Moose is that weird little guinea pig who kind of likes his ears cleaned pretty roughly, and so he will sit there and close his eyes and just be transported to Disneyland, I guess. But it's the cutest thing. The next time I clean his ears, I promise you I will try to get that face on camera, because it is the best thing ever. And speaking of bath stuff, now we're into the bath stuff. Of course, my hands are now slippery, so I gotta be careful. Of course, what every owner has, I'm assuming. How do you pronounce this? Myconazole? Myconazole? I'm really bad with pronouncing things, but basically antifungal shampoo. This is the stuff that Saskia recommended. This is the stuff that Scotty's Animals recommended. Also, what's his name? The gentleman from the Pig Room uses this. So, and because I did watch his one of his little bathing videos the other day. He's another good one to watch, guys. He talks a lot, but he's got some good stuff on there. So, antifungal shampoo, and because I am that maniac, double feature. Couldn't help myself. Chewy was having a sale. And I didn't try this when I gave them their bath, but again, another tip from Saskia, Groomers Group degreaser for their grease gland above their little behind. So I forgot that I could have used this. So degreaser for their oil gland, because it is very hard to remove the oil gland with just regular shampoo. So I did purchase this degreaser. Once I use it, I will let you know how it goes, but because Saskia used it and she likes it, what can possibly go wrong? The woman knows her stuff. So as long as she knows her stuff, I'm going to keep putting all of my eggs in her basket and copying her. Oh, and fun fact, if you also watch Skinny Pigs 1, she has a very extensive first aid kit, and my dream is to grow my first aid kit just as extensive and beautiful as hers. I would love that. One day, just little bits at a time. But last thing in here, because if Saskia liked the Groomers Goop degreaser so much, I decided I couldn't help myself, and I bought the Groomers Goop conditioner. And I did, excuse me, get to use it last week. And last week was Thanksgiving, so fun little story is that instead of giving everyone their scheduled bath Saturday after Thanksgiving, like they were supposed to. That was when my reminders was scheduled for their baths and their ear cleanings, and of course their nail trims, like all in one Saturday. I decided, I know I'm not gonna have it. I know I'm gonna be lazy after Thanksgiving, right? So I was like, okay, work gives us Thanksgiving and Christmas off, so I was like, Thanksgiving morning, before I go over to my family's house, I'm gonna be that woman and give everyone their bath, their ear cleaning, nails clipped, conditioner, whatever. That was the video where Chip was just chilling in my kitchen sink. That was actually Thanksgiving morning. And so I was like, I forgot that I could use this. And I don't know if there's any weirdos out there like me. I hope there are, but I, after everything, not shampooing, blow drying. After I blow dried everybody, except Moose, of course, I could not stop smelling my guinea pigs. They smell so good from this stuff, and they were so soft, and they still are extremely soft even after a week after bathing, and they feel so good. They're like little fluffy pillows that move and poop and scream at me if I don't feed them fast enough, if I don't get their treats fast enough, or heaven forbid, pea flakes first thing in the morning and when I come home from work. Forget it. But I almost can't wait for 3 months to go by so I can give them all a bath again, so that I can sniff them some more. And I don't care if that's crazy. I know there's got to be some of you out there who love the smell of your animals after you give them a bath. How could you not? You take a guinea pig and just... Oh, and we've got rumbling from Grumpy Crash. Settle down, please. Thank you. Yes, snuggle your carrot. It's cute. He's spooning his carrot. But if I take the phone off the tripod, then the problem is he's going to get spooked and run away from the carrot. But I know that a couple things that are missing are, whatchamacallit, pain relief. That's the next thing on my list. I know Saskia sells CBD pain relief, the pen gel from Mary's, I think. I just know it's CBD pen gel. You put a little, like, some on your thumb, and again you rub it on their ear because their ears have so many veins, and that way it gets absorbed in their bloodstream so much faster, and that's amazing, and I cannot wait to get it. That's, I think, another $40, well worth it, and I can't wait to get it. I just gotta wait a little bit. So I know pain relief is missing. I know another thing that's missing is the Oxbow Critical Care for herbivores. I don't have that yet because I plan on being that crazy lady, hopping onto Walmart.com again and buying their 3-pack of like 60 ounce or whatever the heck it is for like, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. I don't know. I don't care. But I plan on just buying like bulk pretty much. But until then, I did find a few videos where you can just crush up your Timothy pellets and create like a powder, and then just mix it with water and whatever flavor that your guinea pig likes the most, and create pretty much your own critical care. So I do have 2 bags of Timothy pellets in the freezer right now, just because when I used to own pet rats, food mites were a thing. I used to buy bulk food and keep them in airtight containers in the living room of my old apartment. And what happened was there were mite eggs in there, and they all hatched, and just their whole food supply, 50 pounds of rat food, just covered in mites. So now I just buy smaller bags, since I live in a studio apartment and with a very tiny freezer, and I just freeze it. That way I know there's nothing living in my animals' food. because that is another thing, is that I keep their vitamin C tablets in the freezer. And actually, that's the only way they'll eat their vitamin C tabs now, is in the freezer, because I tried doing it room temp. Nobody would eat it. So that's a good trick, by the way. Your animals won't eat something like their vitamin C or their digestive support or whatever you like to feed them for treats. Try the freezer. You never know. But anyway, off topic and off tangent here. That is everything in my first aid kit so far. So I can't wait to see how it grows. I hope I can achieve my dream of a very overly extensive, awesome first aid kit. Thank you all for watching. Remember, I do upload videos every Saturday, and life is good food, good company, and good sleep. See you guys later.